Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. The future of the Steuart Arena in Prince Albert may soon be decided. The city of Prince Albert wants to renew its request for expressions of interest in the Steuart Arena. The recommendation to reissue was put forward by the city's Parks and Recreation Department. A request was in place earlier this year, but was canceled when the arena was brought up as a possible temporary shelter location. City Councillor Dan Brown was the only one to vote against reissuing the expression of interest, saying the hockey community needs the extra ice surface.
The natural ice rinks, like, they're so unreliable. We can bring in so much more revenue with the city if the minor hockey teams had ice open and available to host tournaments earlier in the season.
The city says there are organizations that have expressed interest in the future of the arena. The federal government has released its findings into a forensic audit that's flagged more than $30 million of spending from the Federation of Sovereign Indigenous Nations. Indigenous Services Canada has come up with 8 recommendations to better track how the FSIN spends its funding and help eliminate potential misspending. The report flagged multiple cases of questionable, ineligible, or unsupported spending. The FSIN was unable to properly account for more than $23 million of COVID-19 relief funding. Pay raises to the executive were flagged, as was the entire executive buying new vehicles twice in an 18-month span. The recommendations also include getting budgets from the First Nations it serves to make sure it's meeting its goals, proper invoices, and keeping a record of supporting documents. Saskatchewan RCMP have released a list of its most wanted persons. These are offenders with active warrants who were last known to be living in Saskatchewan. RCMP have chosen these names based on a review of current criminal charges and the potential harm that offenders may present to communities in Saskatchewan. RCMP say this is not a complete list. It's chosen based on a data-driven scoring system using the Crime Severity Index. 8 offenders that appeared on this list previously have been arrested in the last month. Anyone with information about these offenders is asked to contact RCMP. Saskatchewan's Firearms Commissioner is voicing concern this afternoon over Ottawa's gun buyback program.
We're targeting the wrong individuals. I mean, we're targeting law-abiding gun owners and taking firearms away from them and spending a lot of money to do it. And at the same time, they're not the problem.
The commissioner says most gun crimes involve smuggled or stolen firearms. He says the buyback program lacks detail, and he worries enforcement will fall on local police who are already stretched thin. The gun ban includes more than 2,500 models of assault-style firearms. The buyback program is starting with a 6-week pilot project in Nova Scotia before rolling out nationwide later this fall. The city of Saskatoon says the Broadway Bridge is on track to be reopened before the end of October. The 93-year-old bridge has been fully closed since May as it undergoes major repairs. The city says so far demolition work is complete and new concrete barriers and expansion joints have been installed. It says bridge railing is currently being installed. The deck is being prepared for new waterproofing and asphalt, and repairs to the arches and piers are ongoing. Some businesses on Broadway say the closure has hurt their bottom line, while others say they haven't noticed a significant impact.
Having the bridge closed for several months has been a significant deterrent to get here, and we have seen that in terms of the amount of people coming to the store and also resulting in lower sales as well.
Customers will find a way. We have the best customers in the world, and they just find a way to get here. So honestly, I think we're maybe down 5%, which is very minimal.
The city says work under the bridge will continue past October, but says it won't impact public use of the bridge. Big change from this morning to this afternoon, eh, Jeff? Was it only, I think it was 1 or 2 degrees this morning?
It was, I think, around 1. Certainly when I was going out for my walk, it was see your breath kind of walking around temperature. So, yes, it was hovering just above the 0-degree mark. You're right, John. But things have warmed up now. Was it as warm as yesterday? No, but we are in for a relatively mild weekend. It's going to be a windy Friday, but all in all, things are looking pretty good, and we'll talk about the good numbers later on.
A Saskatchewan math initiative is trying to support Indigenous students through federal funding under Jordan's principle, but 8 months after being approved, he's still waiting. Jordan's principle was created to address gaps, delays, or denials in accessing government services like education. The owner of Mathnasium in Regina says the program was funded through the first year, but is still waiting for more than $150,000 from Indigenous Services Canada. The owner says the company has taken on the financial burden so it could continue supporting 40 children in the project as they wait for answers.
It has everything to do with the mission and the objective, which is to change this narrative of educational outcomes for Indigenous youth.
In a statement, Indigenous Services Canada refused to comment due to privacy reasons, directing questions to the organization in question. The latest crop report shows harvest progress was steady over the last week, but still well behind the 5-year average. 68% of the provincial crop is now in the bin. Producers are furthest along in the Southwest, where 80% of harvest is now wrapped up. Farmers in some areas were dealing with rain and high humidity over the last week, leading to poor quality and sprouting for cereal crops still in the field. And in the agriculture sector, technology means the equipment is constantly changing. One Saskatchewan farmer recently saved 4 combines from a junkyard and got them back in the field. To cap off this year's harvest, the 4 classic combines picked up a couple of acres just south of Dysart. Former farmer Mark Brodner has tinkering machines for his entire life, and he says the machines of yesterday got the job done, but they're quite different from the ones built today.
These machines are all 1950 to 1965. Very, very primitive electronics on them. The new combines now are all GPS, computer-controlled sensors, yield monitors. These ones, you just drive by sound. If it sounds like it's working, you better slow down or you're going to be pulling it out.
Brodner says he always wanted his own classic combine, adding the hobby of bringing them back to life is becoming a family activity. Raiders hockey talk coming up right after the break. The team's head coach breaks down the opening weekend, and we preview the next 2 games. The head coach of the Prince Albert Raiders, Ryan McDonald, joins us in studio today ahead of games 3 and 4 of the regular season. First off, Ryan, congratulations on being an official head coach. You took over the duties last year, but this summer becomes official. So how does it feel to be coach of the Raiders?
Yeah, it's extremely exciting, for myself and my family. First and foremost, I couldn't do this without my rock at home, my wife, and, taking care of our 2 girls when, I spend a lot of time at the rink in the winter and, my family in town. And it's funny, as a player, coming to the rink, I could see, you look into the stands and, I knew where my dad was sitting watching practice, and it hasn't changed as a coach now. He still sits in the same seat. He still watches practice, still gives me a call after, and, I love talking hockey with him, and to games, and my mom, I know she still sits up right of the bench and in the same seat she sat at for a number of years. So really special for myself, from a family perspective. And then we had a season ticket holder breakfast a couple weeks back, and walking around the room and talking to the season ticket holders, and just how passionate our fan base is, and people who've been coming to the games for 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 years. People that I remember watching walk past as a young boy coming to the games, and then it's funny watching video and clipping video when the crowd, or the camera now pans to the crowd, and seeing the people who sat in the same seats for a number of years. Just how passionate they are for us.
You mentioned it. And speaking of thick and thin, all of the years that you've been supporting the team, right now I would call it some of the thick, because 3 out of 4 points in your first weekend against the rivals Saskatoon Blades. But who else is dangerous in the first opening weeks here?
Yeah, for sure. The start of the year, everyone's getting their feet underneath them, and everyone's playing. And, I think anyone can win on any given night. And, that's junior hockey. And, you fight for consistency every single day, and you fight for details and habits. And, I think we're in a division where, you got to make sure you continue to bring your A game every single night.
Well, you mentioned it, and I know I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. You guys have a couple of games closer to home, or I guess just a little short bus trip, but you do head out on a U.S. road trip this year. What do you like most about that? I guess, you know, as a guy that doesn't spend a whole lot of time out on the West Coast or down in the States, what's fun about that as a player or a coach?
Well, you know what? I think when you go out in January when it's minus 40 here, it's nice to get a break from the weather. But again, getting out on the road early, you know, the guys on the bus, the hotels, the trip, you know, the team building and stuff that can go on as you continue to navigate through the road trip. So it's just exciting to get out on the road and be with each other as a group for a couple weeks. And you know, again, we get to tour around some pretty great terrain down there, and you know, down through you know, the coast, and when you get out towards the water in Seattle, and you know, usually ends up where you get an off day in Seattle, so taking the guys out to see the market and smell the ocean water is usually a fun experience for a lot of them.
It is a nice change. Yeah, I do remember that. I think we were lucky in my 19-year-old season. We got to go, I think it was just to BC, actually. And I think if I remember correctly, we had to wear our tracksuits zipped up to absolutely to the chin after losing our last game. And so we were a little bit in trouble. But I guess that's kind of the good coach and the bad coach, or the good cop and the bad cop of coaching. Speaking of coaches, you've got one re-signed in Connor Yanni, a new coach in Cole Bell, and Kyle McDonald, your new sports psychologist. So give us a quick rundown on the new hires.
Yeah, you know, again, you know, Jans is back with us, or back with me from last season, and you know, tremendous wealth of experience, you know, just knowledge base, and you know, as he continues to get experience, he does a tremendous job, and with the D side of things and with our decor, and you know, I look at our staff and three young guys, and you know, we all bring something different. We all challenge each other each day. You know, Cole was over with the Chinese national team last year with and has an extensive coaching resume. So again, the most exciting time for us as a staff is, you know, we'll sit down in the coach's office, we get the marker out, the video out, and we just sit down and we look through things, whether it's NHL video, our video, other teams' video, and continue to just keep breaking things down and learning and teaching each other, but also talking about how we're going to continue to keep elevating our game and pushing ourselves to be the best coaches possible, so we can put the best game plan together for our group.
Well, you definitely are in a good position. The hometown hero, I remember as a player, it's just, boy, everybody knows your name, Ryan McDonald. The Raiders are heading to Regina Friday and Brandon Saturday. Ryan, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, John.
Still to come on CTV News, Jeff has a look at weather, and later, the efforts to make athletes safer from the risk of concussions. So there you go, Jeff. The Raiders will be on the road this weekend, but what are the hometown people are going to have for weather?
Well, it looks like the hometown people are going to have to deal with some rainy and windy conditions tomorrow, but then we sort of bounce back for the weekend. So all in all, looking okay. Let's go with that. Once again, we got this area of high pressure. We had you know, area of a cold front came in, and some high pressure in behind it, and that cold front helps to generate a situation where we're dealing with all this wind, and that hasn't sort of blown itself out quite yet. We are also keeping our eye on some of this moisture that's making its way into parts of northern Saskatchewan. Central and southern areas will largely be out of the rain, but certainly Prince Albert is one of the places that's going to get some rain. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. So let's take a look at the computer modeling. So you can certainly see this sort of north-south line sort of slashes through the province, and the greatest area of active weather is going to be up in the northwest when this really thing starts to heat up a bit more and starts to intensify. So we'll, again, keep our eye on that. And yes, those pressure lines are nice and close together. We are anticipating a windy Friday. So overnight, well, we don't have to talk about frost. That's good news. 6 degrees in Spiritwood, 8 in the Battlefords region, 5 in Candle Lake overnight, 7 in Birch Hill, 6 in Rosthern, 8 in Nipwood, 9 in Melfort, and increasing clouds in the overnight period is the general situation. Then as we make our way to tomorrow, this is where we have that rain, that system that you saw on the computer modeling sliding through, but it's certainly going to impact Spiritwood. 16 degrees with showers tomorrow, 18 for the Battlefords. Battlefords expecting some showers maybe late tonight, but not so much for tomorrow. 16 for Candle Lake with showers in Birch Hills and Rosthern, and highs of 17 degrees. Just cloudy skies skies in Nipawin, 16 degrees tomorrow afternoon, and a chance of some showers in Melfort on Friday. 16 is the high there. As we take a look at Prince Albert and area, increasing clouds, the wind's backing off tonight. 6 degrees is the temperature. And then as we roll into Friday, this is what I'm talking about, a 60% chance of showers, but look at that sustained wind, 30 kilometers an hour, gusting to 50. So yes, it will be a rainy and it will be a wet and windy day. And then as we take a look at the 7-day outlook, we've got ourselves 21 degrees on Saturday and Sunday. Sunday, a lot more in the way of sunshine. Hopefully it'll dry up maybe some of those leaves you want to get at. That should be a decent situation there. 22 on Monday. Tuesday, a National Truth and Reconciliation Day, a high of 24 degrees. 22 on Wednesday. And finally, 1 week from today, we're looking at a slight chance of showers, 17 degrees. And look, that's 7 days away, so that could change. But right now, there's rain in the forecast for next Thursday.
The trick is kind of that thin raincoat or a little bit of thickness to the coat, and that usually gets you through the day this time of year.
Just go with that, a decent windbreaker.
There you go. That'll work. Well, for Regina's newest goaltender wearing a Pats jersey, runs in the family. Marek Schlenker was brought in last week in a trade from the WHL's newest franchise, the Penticton Vees. The 19-year-old's dad, Chris, played for the Pats from 2001 to 2004, wearing the C on his jersey for 2 seasons, then finishing his career with the Prince Albert Raiders. The younger Schlenker says he's excited to be following in Dad's footsteps.
Ever since I was a kid, I've wanted to play in the WHL, and my dad's filled me in about everything in Regina. He's had nothing but good to say. So, I've kind of been learning about Regina my whole life. Always asking him questions. He's a very insightful guy. So yeah, when he learned about it, he was excited initially, and kind of told me what to expect.
Schlenker made his first start for the Pats last weekend. He made 36 of 40 saves against Medicine Hat in a 5-2 loss. The Saskatchewan Roughriders are already in the playoffs, but they're being careful not to get complacent. They go against the Edmonton Elks Saturday, a team fighting to stay in the playoff hunt.
We got a lot of stuff to play for, and certainly the taste that was left for us this last week and a half. Yeah, we don't like that. So we got a ton of stuff to play for, and even just intrinsically for what we want to look like. So I think both teams are coming in with the same mindset.
Edmonton and Saskatchewan met in Week 8, a 21-18 win for the Riders. Elks quarterback Cody Fajardo was sacked 8 times that game. The Riders may be without Tavon Campbell and Nelson Lacombo, 2 key pieces in their defense.
The more we affect the quarterback, the better game we're going to have. So, that was a hell of a day we had. So, hoping for the same kind of result.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
A new report suggests brain injuries linked to sports are more common than previously thought. John Musselman has more on the efforts to keep players safe.
The key finding in this study shows that sports and recreational brain injuries are more prevalent than previously thought. The data shows that about 37% of brain injuries reported between 2010 and 2019 in Ontario hospitals were related to sports and recreational activities. That's more than triple the previous estimate of 12%. The positive news is that brain injuries dropped nearly 10% following the introduction of Rowan's Law. It was named in honor of Ottawa teen rugby player Rowan Stringer, who died from second impact syndrome in 2013.
If there's a player who's suspected of having a brain injury, you need to remove that player from play immediately and make sure that they're checked by a healthcare professional before they return. And this was the information that would have saved Rowan Stringer's life.
Dr. Jesse Young is a researcher with CAMH and the lead author of this study.
I think my biggest surprise was how prevalent sports and recreation related traumatic brain injury is, particularly because we're looking at hospital-treated traumatic brain injury. So if you think about the total burden, it's likely much larger than what we were able to observe in the study, because we only observed those who consider it or have symptoms that prompt them to seek care. And we know that many people who have traumatic brain injury, whether it's sports related or otherwise, don't actually seek care for those symptoms.
Ontario has absolutely been the leader in Canada on this, and at the recent FPT meeting in August, Minister Lumsden stood up and asked the other provinces to think about adopting Rowan's Law.
The legislation sets out a framework for how parents, coaches, trainers, and athletes should respond if a brain injury is suspected during sports or recreational activities. John Musselman, CTV News.
Brought to you by Saskatchewan Union of Nurses. Thank you to Saskatchewan's 11,000 registered nurses.
All right, Jeff, the excitement is mounting, and the official FIFA World Cup 26 mascots have been revealed.
Good morning, Canada. Time to check.
The mascots each feature one of the kits players will wear during the tournament. Maple the Moose is the Canadian goalkeeper. Midfielder Clutch the Eagle represents the USA, and Jaguar Zayu, the striker, represents Mexico. FIFA describes Maple as a street-loving, street-style-loving artist, music enthusiast, and dedicated goalkeeper. FIFA teased the three mascots yesterday on social media. The World Cup runs June 11th to July 19th. And I don't know, I think Maple's probably the winner out of those three. What do you think?
Sure, why not? We're going to be for the home team here.
That's absolutely right. And I like the goal. I mean, I was a goalkeeper in soccer, so we don't get that much appreciation. And if you saw me kick the ball, you'd probably understand why. So.
It's like, it's funny that FIFA describes them as this. I describe them as cartoons.
I was going to say, I'd describe them as drawn with pencil or ink, or I guess on a computer.
Oh, probably on a computer. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Hey, looks like we've got ourselves a rainy tomorrow, but the weekend's looking pretty good for Prince Albert, so not bad.
I like that. Have a good evening. National News is next.